Alright guys, welcome back to some more Umineko when they cry. Now, last time we saw the birth of Beatrice, or at least the original Beatrice, the one that looks like Claire, which is the original concept, right? White dress, very white, because the Beato that they saw at night looked like a ghost, and ghosts are typically white. Shannon has now taken over, taken over Yasuda's body completely, it seems like, right? Because Yasuda's left to become a witch, so Shannon's the only one remaining, and that's why Shannon is the servant that's been working there for 10 years, and not Yasuda. Now we know, even though, yeah, we know what's going on. And then we have, so we had all of Yasuda's peers and all their servants, they all left, right? Because typically the servants stay for 2-3 years before they leave and leave the Shurima family to work elsewhere, right? After getting recognition by being a Shurima family servant, right? And now it's Yasuda's turn, or I should say Shannon now. Shannon's turn to be the one to teach the new servants that come in, even though they're older than her. But it's her turn now to teach the newer servants. Teach the new servants how to be servants in the Shurima family, because she's the one with experience. So we see Lucifer, Leviathan, Satan, and Belphegor leave, and we see the new servants arrive are Asmodeus and Beelzebub. We're now obviously Asne and Belne. So there we go. Mammon hasn't been shown yet, which is interesting, I feel like. Mammon is the only one that's been shown yet. Mammon being the Sin of Greed. She's also the friend of Angie, Angie's friend for a while, because she spent a long time with Angie. So I found it interesting that she's also the same one that hasn't been shown yet to be a servant. And yeah, so Yasuda's left the care of the body to Shannon. Shannon's now the single person remaining, and Yasuda's moved on to become a golden witch. She still hasn't decided on Gop's name yet. Although Gop is still a witch in this case, even though we know in the future she becomes one of the 72 demons along with Ronove. But in this case she's still a witch, and Yasuda, or Beato I guess, still hasn't decided on her name, on Gop's name. So yeah, now we're moving along. Years are passing by. Shannon is still working as a servant, occupying Yasuda's body for the time being, and for a long while, at least until Canon is introduced. Canon is made for Jessica's sake, I guess. And eventually she makes Elder Beato when she has a discussion with Maria, and lastly Chick Beato is made for Battler. So yeah, that's a lot of Beatos going on, a lot of different things going on here, but the puzzle pieces are finally, setting themselves in place. That's good. So, did you check the bathroom amenities, says Shannon? Oh, well, there we go. I was just talking about how we hadn't seen Mammon yet, and right afterwards, Mammon's like, hello! I just need to press the click button once, and I would have seen Mammon. Well, there we go. She's the last one to be introduced, but we have all 7 stakes now. Mammon says, yes sir, I went down the whole list. Good job, Mammon. Alright. And I've spent the last, I think, we're continuing the Umineko grind here, right? Because we're trying to read now we have time to read. We're trying to read as much as possible, right? So I spent the last hour and a half clean the house because Sunday is a cleaning day. And today is Sunday. I'm recording on Sunday. So I spent the last hour and a half cleaning. My room. I cleaned the kitchen. I threw out the trash. Went and did the rounds. What else did I do? I changed changed the bed sheets. Changed the towels, all the towels, and I also cleaned the dishes left over from yesterday. Because me and my roommates in this house, when we make food, for everyone basically, because it's cheaper that way for all of us involved. Why would you, so we share the economy when it comes to food and stuff. So yeah, I cleaned all the plates and well, I mean I set the plates in the dishwasher, but I cleaned all the pans and pots and all that. Along with cleaning the kitchen, I guess that's all part of it. So basically, that's an hour and a half's time that I could have spent recording an extra Umineko part, but instead I cleaned everything. So yeah, could have been that much further ahead. But that's okay. Besides, I won't have to, we won't have to do any more cleaning until next Sunday next week. So we have a whole week to record. So we're good.
Genji-sama, 客室の準備も完了です。
The guest room's ready now. I didn't clean the bathroom, but that's because that's my roommate's job this week. Because I cleaned the bathroom last week. So there you go. In case you're wondering. I don't think anyone is wondering. So alright, Genji, the guest rooms are ready now. Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
ご苦労。最後にシャノンの目でも直接すべて確認するように。それから奥様が食堂のテーブルクロスをもう一度変えるようにと仰せだ。
So Genji's now started calling Yasuda for Shannon, so we've officially switched over to Shannon. It's Shannon now. Alright.
あらあら、昼間に皆さんで苦労して変えたばかりだというのに、どうしてまた？
あのテーブルクロスではどうも色が違います。
The color?
よくよく室内との調和を見てみたら、やはり合いませんでした。
Damn.
やはり別のテーブルクロスにします。
Damn, that is strict, That's cool. I mean, that's only something that rich people will actually, you know what I mean? Like, I wish I could be at that stage of life where I'm so rich I can care about the color of my tablecloth not matching the room. That's crazy, bro. That's the stage of richness we're talking about. I have to remember, right? This is a rich family. Of course, they care about details like that. Of course.
あ、それから客間のシャンデリアの清掃はちゃんと確認しているでしょうね。
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, clean the chandeliers fair.
レバさんが見上げて、あれは埃？それともまさか巣？
Damn, Eva! I was still going in.
なんて言い出すことが二度とあってはなりませんよ。
I must not be embarrassed by Eva. No way. My sister-in-law is annoying. What did he use at that point? They have like a step ladder or something? How did they get up to the chandelier and clean? I'm guessing they have like a ladder thing that you can retract and then go up and then clean. What mess though? Spiderweb though, it's a cobweb, not spiderweb, but cobweb. That Shannon can't clean that. Well, I mean, I guess Shannon could clean that actually. Shannon could, Yasuda couldn't, but Shannon could. Never mind. I got that wrong. Yep, because it's Beatrice that's weak to the cobwebs, and currently Beatrice is Beatrice, so not Shannon.
ご安心を。すでに入念に清掃と確認をしております。
Nice job, Genji.
最後に私もすべてを確認いたします。
そうですか。結構。 私も最後に全てを確認します。
すべて。
シャノン、若い使用人たちを連れて新しいテーブルクロスを準備するように。
Which color though? If you do that, you're just gonna complain about the color again, about not matching the room. So you gotta choose the color now.
もう少し清潔感を感じる
Okay.
白いものを探すのですよ。
Something like, okay, I was gonna say, thank you. Let us know. What color do you want? Stop being so picky, man.
はい、かしこまりました。
Nazi was even more high-strung than normal and walked about barking orders here and there. Even though the sky was beginning to get dark, the servants moved hurriedly about. Tomorrow would be the annual family conference. Oh, that's why Nazi is very high-strung. It's a family conference, of course everything is gonna be extra clean. You know, more than usual, it's gonna be like super clean. Eva can't be complaining. It wasn't particularly rare for the siblings' individual families to visit the island, but this was the only time that they would all come together. It was the most important day of the year for both the Ishima family and Rokkinjima. Nazi, who was short-tempered on top of being high-strung, kept issuing orders one after another, only to later change her mind or ask for the work to be done again, keeping the servants busy until late into the night. That's crazy. Damn. Shannon now had many years of experience and Nazi had put her in a position of responsibility, which meant that she was frequently called over to be given all kinds of strict orders. So, when Shannon finished her shower and lay down on the bed in the servants' quarters, she fell into a deep sleep almost immediately. So this dormitory thing is the servants' quarters? That's what they were talking about? Because we've only heard the servants' quarters mentioned, we've never actually seen them like this. So that's why I thought that this for a second that this dormitory thing was not in Rokkinjima, but it was in Nijima. But then it's in Rokkinjima all along. It's called the servant quarters. It's a thing. It's a place in the mansion, I guess. It is like a dormitory thing. It's probably somewhere in the mansion, right? Unless I haven't heard of a separate building other than the guest house or the mansion. So I'm guessing the servant quarters is somewhere in the mansion. We just haven't visited this place yet, but we have heard of it. So we have the servant quarters. We also have the servant room, but we've seen that room before. That's the room where we've seen people die before. Like we've seen Genji die in that room before. Like I think he died there in episode 5. Was it? Was it 6? No, 5 was the one where people really didn't die when we thought that they died, right? That was episode 5. Genji was included in that, yeah. Genji didn't die in episode 6. Episode 6 was called off early because of the whole backer stuff in the guest room. So yeah, now the only 6 people to die there was the people who faked their deaths. So yeah, that was episode 6. So, oh yeah, that's another thing. Episode 7 doesn't have any murder mystery aspect to it. Yeah, because we've had a murder mystery aspect to every single episode except for 7 so far. I was gonna say, this has been a very different episode than usual. I don't know why I just noticed that. I haven't really thought about that, yeah. Because, tomorrow's the family conference, but it's not like we're gonna get the murders tomorrow. Not in real life, but in the visual novel. We're not gonna get the murders tomorrow because we know it's in 1986, and we know tomorrow's not 1986 in the visual novel. So, that is very interesting. And weird. So what's Momon's name in servant form? Would it be Mane? Belne? Asne? Would it be Mane? But yeah, these are the servant quarters. Cool. Good to actually know what they are now after having seen them and not really getting that they're part of the mansion like this. Okay. I connect words to visuals a lot, right? So when I finally see that the servant quarters are connected to this dormitory thing, that's when things click for me. That's how things usually click for me, right? When I wouldn't say I'm a visual person. It's more that I'm able to connect words to visuals. Then that makes more sense to me. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't think I'm necessarily a visual person. Well, I'm just okay. It's not that I'm a visual person. I'm just not a word person. Does that make sense? I'm not a very word person or sentence person. I don't I grasp things better when when it's not just words. It doesn't have to be visuals. If it could be sounds, it could be so many things, just not words. I think that's more what I mean, right? So it's not to say that I sway towards visuals. I just sway less towards a lot of words. That's why I'm not as into reading books as I am, you know, watching shows, right? Because books are just words, and I'm not very good with words. So yeah, I'm not super big into like that sort of reading. Um, I also hate writing for a similar reason. I'm just not good with writing, even though writing is very important, including for what I currently do. I need to write stuff, but I'm not good at it, and I don't particularly like it. But yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, even if you don't like. There are sometimes you gotta do things you don't like. You know what I mean? Not everything is just gonna go your way, so I guess you just gotta have to suck it up and accept it. But yeah, that's why I'm always so. I can never understand people who are writers and who enjoy writing, because I could never do it, man. I can never you know write a book or something. That sounds that's to me, thinking of a book and writing a book sounds extremely boring and very just very. It sounds like a frustrating experience personally. I don't think I could I would enjoy it. So um I'm always impressed by people who say they want to be writers or something. I think that's crazy. Or like newspaper writers or something, even newspapers or anything like that. Any sort of writer like that, I can't believe it. I can't do it. I can hear the sound of wind coming from somewhere far away. Okay, it's a bit different from the sound wind outside our room would make. From the sound wind outside our room would make. Okay, it's almost as though I'm sitting in a deck chair in the rose garden, turning over in my sleep, with the feel of the wind in my hair. That's right, the feel. This isn't a sound, it's a feeling. Then is this a dream? Just as I was about to accept this theory, I thought I heard someone talking to me. Beatrice! My. It seems the work of a servant is just as boring as it ever was. Not only boring, but difficult, strict, constraining, joyless. All you get in return for your years of service is some level of respect from the newer servants. And even that is far from sufficient to repay you for all the hard work you've done.
もういい加減飽きはせぬか、その生活に。
Huh? Who? She wasn't just imagining someone talking to her. She was shocked to find that it was real. When Shannon opened her eyes, she gulped. 1! That's the OST.
ここは
It's the Golden Land. She couldn't say anymore. She was literally stunned silent. Oh yeah, we've heard this OST before. Okay. Shannon, who had been sleeping on a bed, was somehow in a rose garden. However, though this rose garden somehow resembled the rose garden on Rokkenjima, it was also completely different. After all, the roses were golden. Not only the flowers, but the dancing butterflies too. It was a golden rose garden of mysterious beauty. Somehow, Shannon was sitting in the chair under the arbor. It was as though she'd taken a nap there and woken up from a dream. But it felt strange. Is this golden rose garden a dream? For some strange reason, it even felt as though my entire life up to this point had been a dream, and that I had finally awakened here.
ようこそシャノン。我が黄金のバラ庭園へ。
There was that voice again. Shannon looked around to find who it was. As she did, a golden butterfly landed on the seat across from her and instantly created a human form. Hello, Beatrice.
久しぶりであるな、シャノン。元気であったか？まあ、元気であったろうな。わらわは毎日そなたたちを観察しているのだから。
I thought you said that next time you meet her wouldn't be it wouldn't be a second time, it would be the first time. Why are you saying it's been quite some time? This is the first time you meet her, supposedly, right? This woman laughed as though she was an old friend of Shannon's. However, Shannon obviously didn't remember the strange gold rose garden, and she didn't remember this person's face either.
そうだったな。そなたはわらわをもはや覚えてはおらぬのだったな。
私はあなたを忘れているのですか？だったらごめんなさい。
謝るには及ばぬ。そのようにしたのだからそなたの罪ではない。名乗ろう。わらわは黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェ。
ベアトリーチェ様。親方様が口にされる後ろ宮家の恩人の。
そのベアトリーチェではない。六軒島の夜を支配する黄金の魔女のベアトリーチェである。そなたが日々敬意を忘れぬ館のもう一人の主であるぞ。
Not that Beatrice. Okay.
あなたがベアトリーチェ様。
怯えずともよい。わらわとそなたはもともとは同じ仲間、いやいやルームメイトだったではないか。わらわはそなたに憧れ日々使用人の仕事に励んでいたこともあったのだ。
私はずっと一人部屋でルームメイトは。
別れの時そなたの記憶を奪った。しかしわらわはそなたとルームメイトだったことを忘れぬ。そしてそなたとの友情をわらわの方から一方的に破棄し立ち去ったことも忘れはせぬ。だからこそ一人残すそなたに悲しみを与えぬためにわらわとの日々の記憶も世界も全てを消し去ったのだ。分かろうとしないでよい。ただこれだけは信じよう。わらわはそなたに危害を加えるためにここに呼んだのではない。
ここは私の夢の中ではないのですか？
夢の中と思ってよい。厳密には眠ったそなたの魂を我が庭園に招いたのだ。そなたをこの世界の住人に招くために。
Beatrice snapped her fingers, and a storm of gold butterflies all rose up around the rose garden. As the cloud of butterflies danced over the table, a gorgeous tea set appeared. There were teacups and a teapot, more elegant even than those used by the Shirome family. The tea filled the cups to the brim and had a sweet rose scent, one which Shannon had never smelled before. before there was even time to be amazed by that scent, butterflies started gathering one by one on the table, and a tea stand sprouted right out of it. It was like watching a magical mushroom from a fairy tale kingdom grow out of the ground. The many-layered tea stand was filled with beautiful cakes that were deserving of being called edible jewels. Of course, there were also several lovely light brown scones. The honey truly was golden honey, with bits of gold leaf dancing through it.
後宮家も時にティーパーティーを開くようだが、わらわのそれとは比べ物にもなるまい。
I was going to say, where did Beato's obsession with tea parties come from? Could it be just as an inspiration from the way Ishima family does them? Because we know it's a big thing. We have whole entire entries after each episode is over called tea parties. So we know Beato likes them for some reason, or idolizes them a lot, or loves holding them basically.
すごい。こんなの見たことありません。
見たことがあろうとも、それは給仕をする立場からであろうが、そなたはわらわの友人。給仕の必要はないぞ。何しろわらわは魔女。給仕は間に合っているのでな。さあ、遠慮することはない。好きなだけ頬張るがよい。
ありがとうございます。
That was all Shannon could manage to say. It would be hard for anyone to say much more after being suddenly invited to such a beautiful witch tea party.
まずは紅茶からどうか。ミルクは新鮮。砂糖もそのままかじりたくなるほどの上物よ。しかし、まずは最初はストレートを進めたい。バラの花びらをほんの一枚浮かべるだけで、もう二度と人の世の紅茶など飲めなくなってしまうに違いないぞ。
Laughing happily, Beatrice opened, not a sugar pot, but a rose petal pot, picked up a single crimson petal, and floated it on her tea after relishing its scent. Relishing her scent. Shannon did the same, picking up a single petal and smelling its aroma.
なんて素敵な香り。これは本当にこの世のバラの香りなの？
喜んでもらえて嬉しい。わらわが紅茶に浮かべるためだけに品種改良を重ねたバラだ。すりつぶしてジャムにしてもこれがまた絶品でな。スコーンにもこの上なくよく合う。試してみるか？
じゃあ少しだけ。
Shannon had been invited to this witch tea party suddenly. However, the witch seemed so truly innocent, and her smile as she played the hostess was so happy that it made Shannon want to smile too. The tension in Shannon's heart gradually faded, and she started to enjoy her chat with this witch.
使用人の仕事も大変であろうな。わらわもよく覚えているぞ。礼拝堂の窓枠の掃除がとにかく面倒であった。
I wonder why you found that so tiring.
驚きました。あな たも使用人として働いていたことがあるのですか？
短い間だ。覚えておらぬだろうが、そなたと共に働いていたのだぞ。わらわはドジで物をよくなくす愚か者。そなたはわらわの憧れる理想の使用人であった。
なのに私が覚えていなくて本当にごめんなさい。
それを詫びる必要はない。ここではそなたは使用人ではなく、わらわの友人。ここでは何の不自由もない、何の苦労も退屈もない。
Oops, I skipped her dialogue for a second.
そなたが望むすべてのものを与えることができるのだ。今やわらわにはそれだけの力がある。それに至ったことをそなたには知らせたかったのだ。
何の取り柄もない私をこんなに素敵なおもてなしで歓待してくださって本当にありがとうございます。
So have you decided on Gob's name yet, Beato?
辛き日々を今日まで耐え忍んだそなたへの褒美であると、そう思えばよい。さあ、黄金の蝶たちよ。
Chotachiyo.
わらわの友人を退屈させるでないぞ。軽やかな舞を見せるがいい。
Is that how you say butterflies in Japanese? Chotachiyo?
それに飽きたなら楽団を呼び出し、そなたの好きな曲を何でも演奏させよう。それにも飽きたなら勝者なる使い魔たちに種なし手品を披露させてやろうぞ。
Because I know Ogon no is golden something or gold something, right? Like Ogon no Majo, right? The golden witch. Whatever. You know? So Johachiyo? Butterflies? Ogon no... Yeah? Maybe. Maybe!
安心せよ。ここでの時間は無限。そしてそなたの願いもまたわらわが無限に叶える。わらわの茶会に終わりはないのだ。
In a truly good mood, the witch told Shannon several strange stories. They were all stories Shannon had never heard before. Very interesting stories. And they were all odd, bizarre fairy tales. So, Shannon's still a book, mystery book nerd, right? She still reads the mystery books and talks to Kumasawa about them, right? Shannon's still a fan of that? Shannon felt as though she had become Alice in Wonderland. The time she spent at this tea party was wholly strange, pleasant, and relaxed. No. At this tea party, there were no hands of a clock. So, the time passed like a Sunday morning when you can wrap yourself in your blanket for as long as you want. You know what? I'm recording this on a Sunday morning, so yes, that is exactly what's going on right now. I'm wrapping myself in my blanket and reading Umineko. That's what's going on.
本当にこんな素敵な時間を与えてくださり感謝します。
礼はいらぬ。なぜなら人の世で礼は別れの言葉を兼ねるのであろう。この茶会に終わりはない。だから礼も必要がない。
でも感謝します。ベアトリーチェ様、こんな素敵なお茶会を本当にありがとうございます。でも終わらない夢はないように、この夢も終わらないといけません。
ほう。なぜに終わらねばならぬのか。
明日も早いので、いつまでもここでおしゃべりをしていたら私はお寝坊をして奥様に大目玉をもらってしまいます。
短気な夏日のいる世界へ帰りたがるというのか。いやいや、労を多くして何のねぎらいもない人間の世界へなぜにわざわざ帰ろうというのか。
私人間ですし。
Or are you furniture? Oh no.
いつまでもここでお世話にはなれません。
シャノン、そなたは勘違いをしているようだ。わらわはそなたを招いたが、追い返すような真似はしない。ここでの時間は永遠だ。そなたが別れを切り出さねばならぬ義理などない。わらわはそなたとどれだけ茶会を共にしようとも飽きぬぞ。むしろそなたという話し相手が実に心地よい。
お言葉は嬉しいですけど、私は人間。自分の世界に帰らなくちゃいけません。
家人にこき使われ、日々を学校と仕事だけに費やす何の彩りもない世界に、なぜわざわざ帰るというのか。
それでもそこが私の世界ですし。
シャノン、そのような世界がそなたの世界である必要があるというのか。率直に言おう。シャノン、わらわはそなたを招いたのではない。迎えに来たのだ。
迎
かつてそなたのような良き使用人を目指し、そして魔女の世界に憧れ、使用人から魔女となったわらわはもはや魔法の閲楽を知り尽くす境地に至った。だからそなたを迎えに来たのだ。
Beatrice spoke quietly and slowly rose from her seat.
シャノン、やはり使用人よりも魔女の世界の方がずっと楽しいぞ。この茶会など旧友とのほんの挨拶代わりでしかない。わらわとそなたが望めば望んだ数だけ、いくらでも楽しき催しは繰り広げられる。それこそ無限に、永遠に。この黄金のバラ庭園を完成させた今、わらわは至ったのだ。こここそが理想郷。そう、ここを黄金の理想郷と名付けよう。その完成に至ったからこそ、そなたを迎えに来たのだ。
The golden paradise, huh? The golden land.
もう何の不自由も忍耐も努力も必要ない。ここでそなたとわらわは永遠にいつまでも楽しく過ごすのだ。まるで終わりのないおとぎ話のようにな。
素敵な申し出を本当にありがとうございます。でも私は元の世界へ帰らなくてはなりません。
なぜに？
ここは私の世界ではありませんので。
それは認める。これまではそなたの世界ではなかった。だからわらわが招くのだ。これよりここはわらわとそなたの世界となる。 客人ではない、この世界のもう一人の主となるのだ。わらわにも何の遠慮も無用。この無限の世界でかつてルームメイトだった時のように過ごすだけの話。
その記憶がないことが私はとても残念です。でもそのお招きはお断りしたいと思います。
なぜにそなたに人間の世界に戻らねばならぬ、どんな義理があるというのか。
True, the world of humans, or the world of servants, is busy all the time. Madame is strict, high-strung, and has a short temper. It'd be a lie if I said the everyday chores weren't a pain, and having to balance work with school makes it even harder. Beatrice had watched over those painful days the whole time. She had seen those constantly tired shoulders heaving a sigh many times. That was why she had invited Shannon here, to this golden paradise. She had tried to give Shannon a perfect welcome, to truly make her happy. So why had Shannon selected her original world over this one? Beatrice was overcome with shock, and completely unable to understand.
この理想郷にてわらわはそなたに対し最高のもてなしをした。そしてそれはこれからもそれ以上の楽しい日々が続く。なのにそれでも人間の世界を選ぶそなたには、人間の世界にて魔女の閲楽以上の楽しさがあるというのか。
人間の世界にだって魔法に負けないくらい楽しいことがあります。
Dang.
バカな、あるわけがない。
いいえ、あります。
Shannon's expression was soft. However, her words were firm. There was something wonderfully alluring in the human world. And that something was apparently not in this paradise, which is supposed to have everything just as they wanted it.
バカな、わからぬ、わからぬ。
As Beatrice muttered, she shifted restlessly several times. However, no matter how often she said it, Shannon's smile didn't falter, and Beatrice couldn't think of an answer.
では私はこれで失礼します。
失礼します。
お茶本当に美味しかったです。
わからぬ、わからぬ。わらわは全てを無限に手に入れられる偉大なる黄金の魔女。そのわらわにそなたは手に入れられぬものがあるとそう申すのか。
はい。
知りたい。全てを手に入れたと信じるわらわが未だ手に入れておらぬものとは何なのか教えよ。
多分あなたはもうそれをご存知と思います。だから私をここへ招いてくれたのではないですか。
魔女を煙に巻くというのか。
She got you.
ではこれでここに住むことはできませんが、お茶会にお誘いくださった時には必ずお伺いしようと思います。
もう呼ばぬわ。
Never again?
安心するがよ。
Down. Glass break, shatter, that's it. Beatrice snapped her fingers, and Shannon popped out of existence. She said, bye. She said, woo. She had returned Shannon's soul to the dream of her original self. Although people have many dreams in a night, they can remember none of them. The tea party in this paradise would mix in with many other dreams and vanish. The next morning, Shannon would not remember this tea party. However, Shannon's cup remained here. The witch who had lost her guest and was standing alone looked all the more lonely. The witch dug her fingernails into the tablecloth. That grimace as she bit her lower lip made it clear that she still hadn't solved the puzzle Shannon had left behind.
Riche.
She's already calling her by her nickname. Riche, Alright, Gab, already going at it.
気にすることないわよ。
Above Shannon's empty seat, a black hole opened, and the owner of that voice fell out of it.
気にもする。ああもガツンと言われてはな。夜明けも近いから早く睡眠に戻りたいだけだったんじゃない？わらわが知らず、そしてシャノンが知る閲楽とは何か。わらわの理想郷になくて人間の世界にのみある何かとは何か。わからぬ。知りたい。難しいこと考えたって頭痛の種に水をやるだけだわ。
Oh, taking from Will's book right there, Gab. Don't think about it. You'll just get a headache. That's Will's line, Gab.
シャノンの代わりなら私が務めてあげる。私たちで楽しくお茶会を過ごしましょうよ。もう茶会の気分ではない。そなたとの茶会はもう飽きた。
Damn. She said you boring, Gab.
あらあら、釣れないわ。
The witch shrugged and laughed, then took a bite out of a scone. She then blew into it, and it swelled up like a balloon before finally popping. Golden ribbons and butterflies flew out, but Beatrice didn't appear to notice.
一体何をわらわは持たぬというのか。何を。
Is it love, perhaps? Helicopter? Oh. Close enough, Ammon. Close enough. Good job, Ammon. You almost got there. Almost got there, bro.
どうぞお足元にお気をつけになって。
Do we get to see Battler? I hope we get to see Battler, man. I missed him. You know, Umineko just doesn't feel right without Battler. Is that just me? It just doesn't feel right. I need my boy. I need to connect with him, man. I know this is a very Beatrice-centered episode. This entire episode has been about her and learning about her. So that, that makes sense. Hopefully also get to learn about her motive eventually. I'm still trying to think about it. But, yeah. But it just doesn't feel... This has been the most Battler absent episode yet. So, I've felt very lonely without Battler. You know how Beatrice says she's lonely in the Golden Paradise? I'm also lonely without Battler. Where's my boy?
ありがとう船長さん。お体本当に大事になさってね。
Here comes MILF number one. Here comes a lovely lady number one. A lovely mother as well. Great, good job. Hello, welcome.
わしの友人にな、肩こりによく効くっちゅうのを商ってるのがおるんや。次の時試供品もらってくるで。
Don't clip that. I know I have this one person that always clips things when I say them. I know you. Oh man, I pressed the wrong button. My bad. There we go. Here we go. Okay, there we go.
いえいえ、お気遣いをありがとうございます。
ほらガキども、いつまではしゃぎ回ってやがる。
Let me see Battler, please.
とっとと降りろい。
ほらマリア。
Yeah, Rose, I'll take it, Rose. Woo, Is this the first time we've seen? No, we saw her earlier on this episode too. But it's fine. We celebrate every time we see Rosa. Woo!
ママと一緒にお船を降りましょうね。
Although last time we saw Rosa, she was all depressed because she was all depressed because she had to think about the incident with Kyodori Beatos. But now we see a happier Rosa, and that's all I wanted. Thank you. Now you know what? I can be at least lightly satisfied with not being able to see. If I don't get to see Backer, then that's okay. You know, at least we got to see Rosa. Rosa's back. You know, she's the lovely mother number 2. Okay, again. If you're clicking what I said earlier, come on, man. Alright, come on, man. Rosa's great, okay? Alright? And so is Eva. I never said otherwise. No. Stop it. Maria, who Rosa led by the hand, was still too young for kindergarten. Oh wow, how old is she then? What? Wait, when do kids go to kindergarten in Japan? Is she like 2 years old? Because Mario was born in what, 1977, right? So this is probably what, 1979, 1980 maybe ish, around those years maybe. So if Batter's still here, we know it's 1980 or before, and we know Mario's born in 1977. So this is, I'm gonna guess it's either 1979 or 1980. However, she seemed to notice that her cousins, whom she rarely ever saw, were playing all around her, and she was very excited. Hey, Maria! Batter and George had the energy of middle school or nearly middle school kids. So, Batter's here. That means and Maria's born and Batter's here. So we know this is at most 1980 and at least 1978. So the year is either 1958, 1979, or 19. I mean, I doubt Rosa could be coming out here with a baby in 1977. Nah, there's no way, because Rosa gave birth to Maria in 1977, so no. And it can't be 1981 because that Batter's gone by then. Batter stopped visiting because that's around the time. Wait a minute! Do you get to see Asumu? I just thought of the possibility. I wanna see Asumu. Where's Asumu? I just thought of that possibility. I was gonna say, this before Kitty married Rudolph. We get to see Asumu. I wanna see Asumu sprite. Oh my goodness! Please, let me see Asumu. That would be lovely woman number 3, by the way. Not that other word I said. Okay, Asumu. Let me see Asumu. She should be alive by this point. She died in 1980. Unless, yeah, no, she shouldn't. If this is, I'm guessing this is 1979. Then she'd be alive then. Oh, please, I want to see Asumi now. I'm hyped. Come on, show me Asumi. Okay, I'm glad. Okay, I'm happy to see Backer again. That's true. But if I get to see Asumi, now we're cooking. Those two, along with Jessica, who had met up with them on Nijima, were making a lot of noise on the deck.
Awesome.
Show me.
No.
Oh, she's like Batter. She also doesn't like riding boats and stuff. Show me her sprite. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Let's see her sprite. Come on. Rudolph lent lent an arm to his wife. Asumu. Show her. How does she look like? I don't want to see Genji's ugly face. Oh, sorry, Genji. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. You know I didn't mean that. Bro, I was expecting to see Asumu, man. I want to see Asumu. Sorry, Genji. You know I didn't mean that, Genji. You know I didn't mean that. But I also don't want to see you right now. I've seen you a million times already. I want to see Asumu. I want to see Asumu. If I don't get to see Asumu, I'll be very disappointed. This is the perfect opportunity to show how she looks like. Please, we're asking for this. We're desperately asking for this. Come on. I don't care if she's supposedly not. Nah, she's an important character. Dude, if Kurosawa's son can get a sprite, or Kumasawa's child, you know, we saw him, right? Or if Nanjo's son as well can get a freaking sprite, Asumi deserves a sprite. I want to see Asumi. The whole family had gathered for the conference. At this point in time, Rudolph's wife was still Asumi, and Angie had been born. Yeah, of course, Angie wouldn't be born at this time. Angie was -1 years old. Angie wasn't even thought up of yet. She's still in the sea of space. I'm ready to be born. Alright. Gora and Kanon hadn't yet been employed by the Shima family. Right, Kanon doesn't exist yet. Yep. Kanon also doesn't exist yet. And Gora gets employed in 1984, was it? Yeah, 1984, because he was serving for 2 years by the time of the massacre. And Kanon, I think, was introduced in 1983. I think he was working there for 3 years, and Gora 2 years, so yeah. And the witch's epitaph, which would toy with the family's fate, hadn't appeared yet. Oh! So the epitaph hadn't existed yet! Oh! I thought the epitaph existed for decades before, but now. So the epitaph only existed after 1980 then? After Battler left? Right, yeah, that would make sense. Because when Battler came back in episode 1, we saw how he didn't... The epitaph was new to him. He had never tried to solve it before. And the portrait... They said the portrait was hung in 1984, didn't they? I remember they said that it was hung in April of 1984, right? Yeah, it makes so much sense. So, and yeah, when the portrait was hung, the epitaph was hung along with it. April 1984, I think that was the year. So 2 years before the massacre. Okay, so that was after Battler left. That was around the time Gora got employed, and that was after Kanon was employed, after Kanon's existence appeared. 1984. The epitaph. Epitaph, 1984. Why was it introduced in 1984? Kinzo must have been alive at the time, right then? Kinzo must have been alive. That must have been an order from Kinzo. So Kinzo must have died at some point between after that and before 1986. Well, definitely, no, he definitely died before October 1985, because by October 1985, Nazi and Cross were already having to fake his death. Fake him being alive, I guess. He's already dead, but they're trying to make him appear alive. So by 1985, he already died. By October 1985, he already died. I'm guessing they didn't have to fake his death for 1984. Yeah, there was no mention of them having to fake his death for 3 years in a row. So I think 1984 he was still alive by that family conference. So somewhere between October 1984 and October 1985 he died. We don't know exactly when, but that's a good time frame. We have a decent enough time for when Kinzo died. So he died around the age of 94/85 years old. That's how old Kinzo was when he died. Ish. And the epitaph, April of 1984, right? Why then? And the epitaph supposedly leads you to the gold. And when you get the gold, you get to inherit the succession. Right? You get to inherit the Ushima family headship. Let me think about this. Solving the epitaph lets you inherit the Ushima family headship. Flip the chessboard. We're Kinzo right now. Flip the chessboard. Okay. Flip the chessboard, Amin. If I'm Kinzo, I'm Kinzo, okay? The year is 1984. Why would I... Okay, I put up a portrait of my beloved mistress, Beatrice, and then I give out an epitaph that is hard to solve. But if you solve it, you get to the hidden gold, and you get the headship, right? Because that's what's been said the entire time. Okay? What if I was Kinzo? Why would I do that? Think back to... Okay, if I'm thinking back to when Genji was talking with Claire and the rest. Okay? I remember Genji saying that he hid Yasuda's existence from Kinzo and waited for her to grow up and for the relationship for Kinzo to notice that that's his daughter, right? Maybe, but naturally, right? If Kinzo could begin seeing her as as family rather than as love interest, then that was Genji's that was what Genji was thinking. So what if by 1984-ish, around that time, Yasuda would have been what, 14 years old? No wait, no. But remember that the 8. No, she was born in 1967, right? Because there's a 3-year add-on, so she would have been let's see, she would have been 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 years old. She would have been 17 years old, of course. So Yasuda would have been 17 years old. What if that was around the time Kinzo actually figured out that Yasuda is his daughter? Or Shannon, I guess, the servant. And once he figured that out, he made the epitaph so that his own daughter could solve it, in the hopes that his daughter would solve it, and that way Cross wouldn't succeed the headship, but Yasuda would instead. What if that was the plan? Because that's an interesting way. Eva proposed this theory before, all the way back in episode 1 or 2 or something. Eva had already proposed the theory that Kinzo made the whole epitaph so that someone other than Cross could be the new head. Why? Because Kinzo doesn't want Cross to become the next head. Right? That was a theory that was proposed before. So what if Kinzo, because we know Kinzo wanted Leon to be the next head, and even gave her the silver ring and everything. What if in this timeline, after learning that Yasuda is his daughter, that's still alive, that didn't die falling off the cliff, he then does this whole thing, the epitaph, because the epitaph doesn't exist in Leon's world. Neither does the portrait, does it? If I remember correctly. So the entire thing was a thing for Kinzo so that he could ensure that Yasuda becomes the next head, right? Because he's guilty, because he feels guilty of his sin, so he wants Yasuda to become the next head. That's his way of repaying, his sin, which obviously is not something he can really repay. So then, but then what if? What if Kinzo died then? Kinzo then must have died before Yasuda solved it. And Yasuda solved it at some point. So then, Yasuda solved it between October 1984 and 1985. Because October, right? The Octobers of those years. Because at some point Kinzo must have died between those years. Yasuda solved it after that, but it was too late. Kind of mirroring how Battler solved everything after Beato died. I like that. Mirroring that, which again kind of swaps everything, because we already had Battler and Kinzo mirroring before, in episode 7 and episode 6, right? Battler in episode 6 is, and his relationship with Chick Beato is similar to Kinzo in episode 7, and with that relationship mirrors Kurodori and Beato, which the most messed up dark way possible, and Chick Beato calling Battler father. That mirroring then gets swapped around with Yasuda figuring out the epitaph too late. Oh, I would like that. That would be interesting. So then Yasuda's too late to figure out the epitaph, but she solves it anyway. But it's too late. So then what? She solves the epitaph. She finds the gold, because we know Yasuda has the gold by the time of the of 1986. And then why does she plan the murders then? But what about the massacre? Why does she then after that plan? So she figures out everything. She solves the riddle. She finds the gold, and then maybe by that point Genji tells her everything. Tells her the truth. Right? Genji then tells her everything. Tells her who Kinzo is, how she was born, everything up to her life. And then after learning that, she decides to massacre her own family. Nah, that can't be it. That's not enough. It is, in a way, it is motivation, revenge for the family because of everything they did to her, right? You know, having her work as a servant, not being, not having any friends, and not being accepted her entire life, right? Even though she's actually illegitimately a child of the family, right? So in a way, it is a motive, but for some reason, I don't feel satisfied with that, and I don't feel like it fully lines up with what Berto's been saying since the start of the entire visual novel. But if that really is the motive, that is just, oh yeah, she's the illegitimate child of Kinzo that has had a very, very rough life, from an accident of falling off the cliff to having to work as a servant for so many years and having, being talked down to by Nazi the entire time. The older servants and the other servants not appreciating her and not appreciating her work enough. In a way, yes, that is a motive. I get it. So then what does she do? She finds the gold and buys explosives from somewhere. Managed to import explosives from somewhere to the Shiromiya mansion so that she could, blow up everyone on October 5th, 1986. Okay? I don't feel like that's enough of a motive, though. If it is, then fair enough. Alright, that's Yasuda's motive. But I don't feel satisfied with that. And we know... Anyway, and I know that that can't be the motive, because Yasuda or Berto already said in episode 4 that the killing had something to do with the Battler. So we know it's connected to Battler. So we already know that even if a minor motive, one of the motives or one of the reasons could be the whole thing that's going on with Kenzo and what happened in her life, we know for a fact, because of the Red Truth, that the Battler is at least another big reason, or probably the biggest reason. So why would Battler be the reason? Why is Battler the reason why she goes on a killing spree? Okay, so Battler said that we saw that little backstory thing, a little thing where Battler said, "Oh yeah, if there was a girl I would like to be with, it would be someone like Jessica, a Western like Jessica, blonde hair, whatever." So then Beato created the chick Beato personality, but Battler never came back to fall in love with that girl, and so. And because Yasuda felt betrayed by Battler, who said that he's gonna, I don't know, I don't remember him saying that he was gonna come back for her, but she felt betrayed because he said he was gonna fall in love with a girl like that, but he never ended up going back to fall in love with a girl like that. So Yasuda said, "All right, Battler, notice me." So she kills everyone? Nah, but again, I'm not satisfied with that. We know Battler's the reason, but I'm not satisfied with that explanation. We know that's the birth of Chick Beto, but I'm not satisfied with that as enough of a motive. So what else could it be? She's trying to make Battler realize, but Battler was too late to realize. But what was he too late to realize? I don't get that part. And why did she have to do all that horrible stuff to Battler throughout all the question marks? Just to have Battler understand. That's another thing I don't get. Why did she have to strip Battler naked? Why did she have to embarrass him like that? Why did she have to trick him? All that stuff. I wonder if there's I wonder. Right? Because by this point I'm done really, yeah. But okay, at least for now I have a theory on the epitaph, on the witch's epitaph. At least I have a theory on that now, which I think makes sense. In that Yasuda figured out the epitaph and what he, figured out where the gold was too late because Kinzo died by that point. But Kinzo secretly wanted her to become the next head of the Shuma family, to atone for his sin of what he did to Kyodoro and Beato. So, okay, let's keep reading for now though. They probably couldn't even imagine the bizarre crime that awaited them several years in the future. Oh yeah, oh baby.
旦那様、 奥様。
Although that crime I feel like was fueled more than just you know Beato's actions. The whole thing with Kinzo being dead and Cross and not Madame Nazi faking him being alive, that whole thing, and every family wanting the or part of the inheritance or part of the money. I feel like all of that, the flames are bursting into a massacre eventually. It felt like it was bound to happen, in a way. But yeah, they all had motivation to kill everyone and take the money for themselves. But still, just because you really desperately want money, is that enough of a reason for you to want to go on a killing spree?
親族の方々がご到着なさいました。
では、私は親父殿に声をかけてくるとしよう。
Because yeah, but at this point, Kinzo's still alive, yeah.
お願いします。
And see, the portrait hasn't been hung yet. Okay.
私は皆様方をお迎えします。あ、シャノン。この窓枠を掃除したのは誰ですか？
Oh no, not the window frame!
まだ埃があるではありませんか。
That's rough, buddy.
大急ぎで拭きなさい。
かしこまりました、奥様。
Oh, come on. Nazi's making her work so hard again. Just what good does she find in such a fussy, ulcer-inducing life? I wanted to know. Shannon, what is it that you found? And what did you mean when you said I already knew what I was missing? Shannon, is this something I must learn by learning about you?
親族会議の日の六軒島は普段と何が違うのだろう。
それは絶対にぎやか。これだけの子供が集まることはないものね。
There are a lot of kids around, to be fair.
大人たちにとっては緊張感を強いられる日だったろうけれど、僕たち子供にとっては仲良しのいとこたちと一度に会える素敵な日だったね。
夏はいとこたちで海ではしゃいだし、冬は冬でいろいろゲームをして遊んだっけ。俺たちにとっては親族会議ってのは楽しいもんだったぜ。
Yay, Battler! We get to see the goat again. Let's go. But we still haven't seen Asumu though. I want to see Asumu still. I want to see Battler's mother, or supposed mother, right? It's not his biological mother, I guess, but I still want to see her.
それは私もだぜ。母さんなんかは粗相があってはダメとかうるさかったけど、私にとってもいとこみんなで遊べる楽しい日だった。何しろ普段の六軒島には何もねえんだから。
すげえお屋敷に住んでたり、プライベートビーチがあったり、ガキの頃は羨ましいと思ってたけど、ジェシカの身になって考えるとさぞや窮屈だったと思うぜ。
Yeah, in a way it's really not all that great, huh?
だろうね。六軒島には本当に何もない。友達の家もお隣もご近所もない。ジェシカちゃんの気持ちを考えると少し気の毒に思うよ。
Yeah, she had Shannon with her.
だから私にとっては親族会議の日は本当に特別な日。はしゃいでふざけて、まるでお祭りの日みたいな気持ちだった。徹底的に悪ふざけの限りを尽くしたぜ。
大人たちは小難しい話ばかりで、あっちで遊んでなさいってことになったなら。
年の近いいとこたちが3人。はしゃぎ回らないわけがない。
いいや、3人じゃない。
Don't forget Maria.
4人だったよ。
エンジェは生まれてないし、マリアはまだ一緒に遊べるような年じゃないわ。
Oh, Maria too young. That's boo. Why are you not letting Maria play with y'all? I know they're talking about Shannon here, but come on. Forget Shannon. Come on, you got Maria too. She's a friend.
違うよ、フルフル。年が近いのはいとこだけじゃないよ。
シャノンちゃんだよ。彼女も俺らと同じくらいの年だったからな。
Shannon would have been about what, 13 years old by this point? Yeah. Biologically 13 years old, but you know, they're in the live world should have been 10 years old. In the lies. Well, no, wait a minute. Should have been 12 years old. Sorry. Battler would have been 11. This is 19. If we're assuming this is 1979, Battler would have been 11. Battler was born in 1968. He was 18 in 1986. Okay, anyway.
母さんが使用人のことは話すなとうるさかったけれど、私とシャノンは少しずつ交流を深めていったよ。六軒島で最も年が近い唯一の女の子だったんだから。
Yeah, there was 1 year apart between you two. She was born in 1967, you were born in 1968, so... No, you were born in 1968, sorry. She was born in 1967. So, close in age, could be friends.
僕たちとシャノンの4人は仲良しだったんだ。親族会議の時はいつも楽しく遊んでいたよ。
Is that what you're missing, Beato? The cousins? That family conference? Is that what Shannon is saying you're missing out on?
ね、シャノン。
はい。
And slowly George fell in love with Shannon.
奥様に知られればお叱りを受けることと分かってはおりましたが。
叱らせなんかしねえぜ。シャノンはずっと私の気持ちを唯一理解してくれる親友だったぜ。
ありがとうございます、お嬢様。
I could not hide my shock. How had she formed a relationship with the children of the family, despite being only a servant? Natsu had probably been very careful to prevent such a relationship. However, it's no surprise that Jessica, all alone on this island, would want to be friends with a kid of her own age. And Shannon was also alone on this island without any friends of her age. Though they both understood their relationship as master and servant, they somehow managed to strike up a friendship. Then, at the family conference, Jessica had introduced Shannon to George and Battler. All the adults had their hands full with their complicated discussions in the mansion. During that time, Shannon was able to put aside her role as a servant for a little bit, and act her age with Jessica, George, and Battler. I had no idea that Shannon had constructed this new world so quickly. As a butterfly hiding in the shadows, I observed this new world of Shannon's.
あの日も僕らはバラ庭園を、そして浜辺を駆け回ったよ。
I'm gonna end things there with Bounce, it's OST that plays whenever there's slice of life moments. Woo! Alright, so yeah, alright man, this OST always takes me back to the early episodes, episode 1 and 2, when this was the very beginning of those episodes where, you know, we had all the children hanging around with each other and, you know, all having fun and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna end things off there. I hope you guys enjoyed this part. I'll meet you guys next part for some more Umineko when they cry. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this at least as much as I enjoyed reading it. And I'll see you guys next time. Alright, y'all. Peace.